This past year, AI video has just blown up, right? But listen, the real revolution, it's not just about making videos from text anymore. We are right on the edge of something much, much bigger. We're talking about moving from these simple little generators to full-blown all-in-one AI studios. And this new model, Skyreels V4, well, it might be the one leading the charge. Okay, but to really get where this is all going, we gotta start with a kind of weird question. Ready? What do the most advanced AI video generators, the ones we have right now, have in common with silent films from like 100 years ago? I know, it sounds crazy, but the answer to that question, it points to the single biggest problem holding AI video back today. And that's what we're gonna call AI's silent film problem. Because look, as amazing as these video models are, and they are amazing, they're all missing one crucial piece of the puzzle. The team behind Skyreels V4 actually put it perfectly in their paper. Think about it. Early movies were a total marvel, right? But they were incomplete. Something was missing. It wasn't until synchronized sound came along, the talkies, that movies really became this immersive, emotional thing that we all know and love. The point is, sight and sound have to work together. It's not one or the other. And that right there, that's the exact problem we have with AI video today. The way we do it now is completely fragmented. You use one tool to make the video, then you jump to another to generate the audio or the voiceover, maybe a third for sound effects, and then you have to stitch it all together yourself in an editor. And what happens? You get weird timing, and you know the worst one? Absolutely terrible lip sync. What we really want, the ideal situation, is one single platform, where one model just does everything, perfectly synced right from the get-go. And that brings us to the solution. So if today's AI video is stuck in its silent film era, then Skyreels V4 is the talkie that's about to arrive. It was built from the ground up to solve this exact problem. So what is Skyreels V4? Well, the fancy term is a unified multimodal video foundation model. Whoa, okay, let's break that down. Unified just means it's all in one. Multimodal means it gets more than just text. It can handle images, audio, you name it. But this last part, joint video audio generation, that's the killer feature. It means it makes the video and the audio at the exact same time, together as one thing. Basically, it's got like 3 superpowers. First up, joint generation. Video and sound are born together, so the sync is always perfect. Second, unified editing. So it doesn't just create stuff, it can edit it too. Change things, add stuff, remove things, all inside the same system. And third, multimodal input. Yeah, you can give it a text prompt, but you can also feed it images or other video clips or even just an audio file to tell it what you want. Okay, so this all sounds amazing, right? But how does it actually work? Let's pop the hood for a second and check out the secret sauce that makes all this possible. All right, now this is the official architecture diagram. And yeah, I know, it looks super complicated, but don't worry about all the boxes and arrows. We can actually boil this whole thing down to just a couple of really smart ideas. The first big idea is something they call a dual stream architecture. The best way to picture this is like a 2-lane highway. You've got one lane just for handling the video, and the other lane is just for the audio. And they're running parallel, right next to each other the whole time. So you're probably thinking, okay, but if they're in separate lanes, how do they stay in sync? Aha! Well, that's where the magic is. It uses this thing called bidirectional cross-attention. All that really means is that the 2 lanes are constantly talking to each other. The video lane is always checking in on the audio lane, and the audio lane is checking in on the video lane at every single step of the process. It's this nonstop chatter that guarantees everything lines up perfectly. And the way it handles all these different jobs, creating, editing, whatever, is so clever. It basically treats everything like a fill-in-the-blanks puzzle. In the AI world, they call this in-painting. So if you want to make a video from scratch, it just fills in a totally blank canvas. Want to animate a photo? It just locks that photo in as the first frame and fills in all the motion after it. Need to just edit one little thing in a video? It just draws a little box around that spot and only redoes that part. It's just a really, really smart and efficient way to do it. Okay, so the tech sounds impressive, the theory makes sense, but the million-dollar question is, does it actually work? Like in the real world? Let's see how Skyreels V4 actually stacks up against the biggest players out there right now. First place we'll look is the Artificial Analysis Leaderboard. This is a big public benchmark where real people just vote on which AI video they like better. And look at this. Sitting right there at number 2 in the world for video with audio is Skyreels V4. and it's going toe-to-toe with the absolute best models from huge names like Kling, Google, and OpenAI. That ranking comes from its ELO score, 1090. Now, that's not just some random number. It's a direct measurement of how it does in head-to-head battles. A score that high tells you one simple thing. When you put a Skyreels video next to a competitor's and ask a real person to pick the best one, they are picking Skyreels. A lot. And it's not just public voting. The researchers also did these really detailed studies with professional reviewers. They asked them to rate the overall quality of the videos on a scale of 1 to 5. And guess what? Skyreels V4 came out on top, getting the highest average score compared to all the other top models. But when you make them choose, just pick one, the results are even more dramatic. In these direct head-to-head matchups, the reviewers preferred the videos from Skyreels V4 about 60% of the time. The competitors? They only won about 20% of the time. I mean, that's not just a win, that's a decisive victory. So what's the big picture here? What does all this mean? This isn't just about one AI model being a little bit better than another one. No, this points to something much bigger. A huge shift in how we're all going to create things digitally. You know, the paper's own conclusion really says it best. They state that, to their knowledge, this is the very first model that pulls it all off at once. It can understand all kinds of different inputs, it can generate video and audio together, and it's a full-on editing tool, all in one package, all at a cinematic level of quality. It's a true first. And that's really the bottom line, isn't it? The days of juggling 5 different AI tools just to make one little piece of content, those days are numbered. We are moving and moving fast toward a future where one single powerful AI studio can just handle the entire creative process from start to finish. And that leaves us with one last big, kind of provocative thought to chew on. As these tools get more and more powerful and more integrated like this, the whole idea of what it means to be creative is going to change. I mean, think about it. When one single tool can write the script, shoot the scenes, edit the footage, and compose the score for an entire film, all based on your idea, who's the filmmaker then?